So I'm sure you all will remember who I am after this. My name is Andreas. I am the head of front-end development at Infront. I did not make this title, though. I was given it. I think my boss hates me. But the theme is interesting, I promise you. So, for those of you who don't know Infront, and I'm sure there are a lot of you, we are a full-service financial information and trading company service delivery thing. For those of you who do know us, you probably know us through the Infront terminal, which you see in the center there on the big screen. It's a classic information and trading terminal. But I'm not here to talk about that because this is Fin.js. So I'm here to talk about what we do for the web technology. So we make web stuff. This is an example of something you can do with the Infront Web Toolkit. The Infront Web Toolkit is a framework for delivering financial information to the web and displaying it. So we deliver everything. We're a full-service company. So we deliver everything from data acquisition up until the presentation layer. Now, I realized that after we had several guys up here talking about these amazing grid components, and I show this up here with a pretty standard. But you can do a lot of cool stuff with the Infront Web Toolkit. It's made to be extremely flexible, to be able to lay out really what you want, and it's there for targeting customers who need to show financial information on their websites. So we try to enable them to do what they want and to enable their workflow for their customers. It's meant to be very simple to use. It's meant to be where you try to make it very declarative and very about what you want to do and on how you want to do it. But yeah, so back to the long title. This is about the challenges that we faced in doing this and how we solved them in a very interesting way. So they have some widgets. Normally what you do when you want to show financial information on your website is you show the widgets or whatever you display your information in. You have them connect back to your web server through some kind of request mechanism and update with data, typically real time in our business. So what we did with the Web Toolkit was that we tried to remove the customer web server and connect our framework directly into our cloud infrastructure that we have because we operate a classical information terminal. So this is what we call the Infront Cloud Infrastructure. Yeah, I said that. So the first round we did this. Why is this empty? Oh, sorry. I went too fast. So the challenges. I talked about the challenges. We're going to tackle the challenges. So there are a couple of key challenges that I'm going to focus on when it comes to this that we elected to solve. So first is sourcing. You need to source the data. That can be complex. It can be expensive. It can be time-consuming because there's a lot of different vendors out there, a lot of different exchanges. We know how to do that, so we decided we want to help our customers with that. Getting the data streaming, yeah, everyone does that, but still, it needs to be done. It's a technological challenge. Latency, we deliver services directed at a professional audience, and they expect the data to be prompt and to be there when it's updated. And then reliability, which is key. As I said, once again, we deliver to a professional audience, and they expect our service to be reliable. So our first solution, I said the first solution. So what we did there, what anybody would do when they are aiming to present something on the web, we did a solution with a web API using web standards, in this case JSON over WebSocket. So we have the widget here, and we set up a kind of like a gateway, several, because they are fault tolerant, and we have them in multiple countries. But basically, you set up a gateway between the framework, the web framework, and the Infront cloud infrastructure that worked over JSON and then translated into our proprietary protocol that we use for the information terminal. Now, this was a good choice. I mean, we got got somewhere, but when it comes to the challenges, yes, it solved our sourcing issue. We got all the data out there. We had our entire universe available, which is good because it's big. And it solved our streaming issue because, yes, JSON on our WebSocket streamed fine. However, when it came to the latency and reliability issue, we came up to some problems. It scaled poorly, which affected our latency especially, but also our reliability. It turns out that JSON is expensive. It's when you do it in large quantities, marshalling and parsing JSON is expensive. Now, on the client side, that's not much of a problem. On the server side, however, it is, believe me. So when it comes to reliability, we have introduced a separate component for this into this mix, the gateway I talked about, which I call it. And we didn't really get anything in return from introducing that component. So that in itself, it was a reliability issue. So over to our second solution. Now, we still have, this is where we were. So what we wanted to do was, we have located some missing pieces in our puzzle here. And by this time, a few years had passed, and we were able to think more modern when it came to the technology. Our need for backwards compatibility with old Internet Explorer versions were not really there anymore. So we could think a little further. So what we decided to do was to be a little bold and remove this part at all. So what we did now was we implemented our proprietary binary protocol, which is highly efficient and designed for market data transport, directly into the web platform. Now this makes the world very, very different. It's extremely efficient when it comes to market data. Also, the cloud infrastructure is a lot more segmented. So we have a lot more servers, and they're spread over, well, I want to say a bigger area, but we have data centers many places, and we have a lot higher fault tolerance. In addition to that, we removed the middle layer, which made our latency problem go away. So yeah, we fixed that. And as I said, the reliability issue was solved by access to our very, very redundant backend that exists for the professional terminal issue. So basically, by being bold enough to try to do a fully binary protocol implementation in JavaScript, which is what we're doing now, this solved two of our key issues with our first iteration. So how did this affect us? Well, this is what we've been doing this year. So we have released one product with this into production, and we have started really seeing the effects that this has lent us. So we have two key, I'll give you two key examples. Firstly, we do send a lot less data. We are being, what should we say, 25% less cultural. But no, typically when we load data, we load 25% less over the wire than compressed JSON, which is a big win, as we don't need to compress our protocol because it's pre-compressed, we can call it. But the big win, which will probably amaze you, is where we are able to go 1,000-fold up in the number of users per server. And that's because the existing servers in the cloud infrastructure is amazingly efficient compared to JSON parsing server. And that allows us to do this, which is basically full-speed currency courses for thousands of users without any problem whatsoever. And that was it. Thank you very much. If you want to talk to us about any of this or anything else, we are on the right outside the door there.